Thanks for seeing me, Fred and Wilma. Very excited to talk about your home loan today. Just before we start, I just want to take a couple of minutes and just talk a little bit about RFS Finance. I need to point out that we are different. We're not Mortgage Choice and we're not Aussie Home Loans. We're trying to build clients for life. And I want to talk a little bit about what our service proposition is. So I've got a form just to help me do that, and I want to just take a couple of minutes to take you through that. So we call this our business map. And you can see from here that I have a green card. So I operate in the spaces down here. So we're here today to talk about your home loan, and we're going to get on and do that in just a couple of minutes. See, also it talks about car loans. So at the same time, in exactly the same way that we look at the marketplace and try and get you the best loan to suit your purposes for your home loan, we would do exactly the same thing in regards to car. So whether that car be for business purposes or personal purposes, a lot of people make the mistake, get the finance from the car yard. So we'd like to be doing exactly that for you long-term, financing each of your cars. It talks about business loans, which we're not here to talk about, everything else. Further down, we talk about loan reviews. That's something we do every 12 months. So we're going to send you an email with an online valuation of your property every 12 months. And we're going to just do a review. We want to make sure the loan we put you in long-term is still the best loan or still very, very competitive in the marketplace. Talks about self-managed super fund property. If you want to buy property in your self-managed super fund, we can certainly help with that. And later on, talks about refinances. We're not going to be looking to refinance you willy-nilly, but we want to make sure that the loan we've put you in, we have a legal, moral obligation to make sure that that loan is ongoing, is meeting your requirements. You can see further down, we have a lot of business contacts. Because we've settled over 6,000 property transactions, we've developed a lot of contacts in regards to accountants and solicitors, so we can help with that if you ever need that. Over here, you can see in the purple side, in the financial planning, a lot of different services down there. The two that are really applicable here are risk insurance and superannuation. In regards to risk insurance, if we lend you, say, $400,000 and we don't insure you, there's only two possibilities. You're either chronically overinsured before we walk in, or you're going to be chronically underinsured when we walk out. Now, we've had clients who've opted not to take this up, and something's happened to the main breadwinner and they've passed away, and that family's been thrown out on the street, destitute and bankrupt. And we want to avoid that at all costs if we possibly can. So there's a moral and legal obligation on us to make sure we at least revisit that and give you some options in it. At the same time, your superannuation. Never too young or too old to start looking at your superannuation, making sure you're on the right path. This is not a passive investment. This is something you should be monitoring. It's something you should be setting a goal with. So it's something that we should be reviewing at the same time. Over the page, talks a little bit about how we do all this. So we'd put your ages down here as a start, and then we'd have an end goal up here. This could be 5 years' time, or it could be retirement. Over time, we want to build wealth. And there's upwards and downwards pressure over time to build that wealth. And they are things like replace your car, we spoke about, buy a new property, buy an investment property, buy some shares, get an inheritance, be ill, have an accident, become self-employed, etc., etc. So we want to be helping you throughout that whole journey. You can see down here, lastly, before we start talking about your loan, our business grows by word of mouth. We don't advertise. This is the only way our business grows. Nearly 85% of our business comes from clients referring on other clients. So if we do a great job, we'd love to think you feel comfortable about passing our name and details on to someone else that we can help in a similar way. Let's start talking about your loan.